don't hold any anger. And the result, forget all this detail. I'm 61 years old. In last October, I've got no blood pressure, I've got no corticosteroids in my blood, I make mistakes, I do get angry, but I practice heart math all the time. So
all the time, you mean whenever you
I'm
remember
walking,
or whatever?
I remember all the time. If I'm walking, doing nothing more interesting, 5 seconds breath in, 5 seconds out, focus on the heart. And that way you become, apart from heart math, you become emotionally intelligent. You know Daniel Goleman's book.
Right.
It makes you sensitive. And India is the country of heart. India lives above here. India doesn't live in lots of money, lots of sex, lots of alcohol.
Remember that story about Rabindranath Tagore's
Homecoming.
The mother was...
Yes. Oh, that's a beautiful story. Yes. The mother said, if you...
the heart was...
The girl said, I'll marry you only if you cut your mother and bring her heart. And then and he was going down the Ganges, along the Ganges, and he slipped, and the mother's heart said, beta,
right.
So that is heart. That is reaching out to people. If you think of the 7 chakras in yoga, the heart is the middle chakra, the 4th one. So there's 3 below, 3 above. Heart is what? And I think, look at Hare Krishna people. They just know 3 words. Hare, Ram, Krishna. Hare, Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare. That's all they say. But what they do is make the heart coherent. And you may be interested to know that the heart is 60 times the voltage of the brain. कहते हैं ना अकल बड़ा की भैंस, अरे हाथी बड़ा की महोत. आप चालाकी से you are making a fool of the elephant. One day he'll get angry and that's you finished.
No, I suppose all these murders and suicides are because of that.
What is it? वो गाना है ना, मगर मेरे दिल ने मुझे धोखा दे दिया. तो धोखा नहीं दे दिया. We went to Tihar jail, and all these people at that moment, it's the heart that overtook them in a bad way, in a destructive way. And I was talking to some very famous prisoners in Delhi, and I said, if I had taught you, and I couldn't even finish the sentence, they had tears in their eyes.
Yes, true.
At that moment, who wants to kill anybody? Not even Saddam Hussein, not Hitler. And I would love to teach this technique. And people say, what's wrong with yoga? Nothing, except it takes a long training. It's like classical music. How many people practice classical music? Do you think I sing classical music all the time? In the Gadi, I'm listening to Rafi. I'm listening to Pahadi Dhun.
You keep coming back to yoga all the time, and you know that yoga is the thing in India for a certain age group.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, it's only after they get a sickness that they start practicing yoga.
That is one thing wrong with the people.
Is there anything that you could do to help them without medicines?
Yes. Okay, let me talk about yoga. Right. Yoga is brilliant, but हम लोग अंग्रेजियत में फंस गए हैं. हम लोग किसी का पाँव नहीं छुएंगे, हम लोग हैमबर्गर खाएंगे, हमारे कपड़े नाभि के नीचे होंगे, फिर योगा कैसे होगा? हमारे मिनी स्कर्ट्स होंगे. योगा के लिए हिंदुस्तानी कपड़े चाहिए. So yoga is fine. Culturally, we have moved too far away, and I'm not justifying it. I think we need to bring people back. एक तो वो है. दूसरे, people who are non-Hindus, they feel yoga is a Hindu thing, which is a big nonsense because in the West,
I think it's all a kind of politics. This is mine, this is yours, this is Hindu, this is Muslim, this is Christian.
Copy the British.
Right.
Do you think the tea we are drinking was grown in Britain?
Right.
It's called Yorkshire tea.
Yeah.
Do you think it grows in Yorkshire? They have lions in their zoo. Could a lion survive in this weather? So the English language is a vacuum cleaner. The word like jungle, हमारा जंगल को लेके, veranda, pandit, all these words, gymkhana. Right. So the English are very smart. If they see something good, अपना लेते हैं. हम लोग मूर्ख हैं. ये नहीं चाहिए, वो नहीं चाहिए, वो नहीं चाहिए, वो नहीं चाहिए.
हम उन लोगों का खराब चीज़ अपनाते हैं.
हाँ बिल्कुल.
Lots of
हम उनका mini skirt.
Which I know as students, they are copying the wrong kind of clothes and attitude, music.
क्या अच्छे English लोग नहीं होते हैं? Do all English women have sex before marriage? Do all of them sleep around? Of course not. लेकिन वो जो एक अपने हीन भावना है हमारे में, इसलिए अंग्रेजों को कॉपी करते हैं.
दिखाने के लिए हम better हैं इसलिए.
हम अमेरिकन एक्सेंट से बोलते हैं. Which brings me to the topic of call centers. It is all right to earn your living that way.
Remember we went to Encore in Gurgaon.
I was very impressed.
You were very impressed inside, but that was the first time I ever stood at 10:30 outside a call center. And all these boys and girls were smoking. And they thought I'm a big bhanji because
you weren't smoking.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, and I felt very sorry for them.
What medication are you taking?
Oh no, nothing at all. Nothing.
What do you think these boys and girls be doing? What, 25, 30 years old at your age? How old are you? 59?
I'm nearly 60.
Nearly 60. Yeah. Where will these kids be? They will have a bypass operation. They will have an artificial hip. Because through stress and through damaging your health, because you're stressed, through smoking, through illicit behavior and so on, they will be under doctors. I don't see a doctor. I'm a doctor. You're not even a doctor. You don't see a doctor.
But
Why?
then I've got in the staff room, I've got teachers say, "Oh, come on, it's so boring. We don't want to do that."
No, no.
What do you have to say to that? And I know they're
I have
so
nothing-
stressed. They're on the cell phone all the time outside that staff room.
Or what I have to say to these people is, to you particularly, don't waste your time. If at the edge of the table there's the sea, right? And I'm a medical doctor standing here, okay? I'm watching people drowning. There's one fat fellow there who's the shark has taken one leg off. He's diabetic, he's got angina, and he smokes. Do you think I'll spend all my energy trying to save him or pull all these people near the shore? So as a doctor, I've been very efficient. I have no time for people who don't want to get better. Anyone who wants to remain ill, kill yourself. I'm a doctor telling you, just go and jump off the cliff. I am not interested in you. I'm interested in people who are in trouble but don't want to be there. I'm very proud, I like success. A lot of doctors are like missionaries. चले गए अफ्रीका में सबको क्रिश्चियन बनाने, चले गए दुनिया में सबको, जिसको नहीं चाहिए मत चाहिए, और जिनको चाहिए. I send women one smear reminder, and unless the government forces me, I don't send a second one. बिल्कुल ही नहीं. बिल्कुल ही नहीं.
It gives me so much confidence, so much satisfaction when children, and even my principal, Deepika Thapak of the Air Force School,
Yes.
she appreciates it and she says, "We love the music with which you do it. It makes us so calm." Children went, I think, on a trek to Nainital and they were all tired and they said, "Ma'am, let's do heart math." I wasn't there. There were other teachers
So
who
your
told me
teaching
about
is
it.
having an effect in Nainital.
Yeah.
So obviously there's something good in this.
Definitely.
So let me tell you what's the difference between yoga and this, and how important yoga is. I'm not decrying yoga. I worship Swami Ramdev's work.
Yeah, definitely.
And as you know, I've been to Haridwar and spoken to Acharya Ji.
Your
So
mother was doing it.
yeah, and my mother is doing it, and she's lost her blood pressure completely without tablets. This is a technique to get you in. Just like in my own style, I learned Indian classical music through film songs. So this is like a film song. It's a capsule. It's a quick fix. ठीक है? But I'll also say something about yoga, lest people think I'm total Angrez. In this, when your heart rate variability is erratic and goes like that, that used to be called Manduk Parini. So it's just to tell the Indians that we knew this 3,500 years ago. Patanjali knew this in Munger, sitting in my hometown, near my hometown, in Munger. Patanjali knew it. अब मैं अमेरिका जाता हूँ, सैन होसे एयरपोर्ट जाता हूँ, अंग्रेजी में पढ़ता हूँ, उनको तो पता था तब. And the heart rate variability which goes like that, which has to do with the coherence, like you know how baby's heart rate should be,
Yes.
boom 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 boom. That is called Sarp Parani. So, pardon me, 3,500 years ago, Indian knew heart math. It's now being rediscovered.
Right.
And do you know in Sanskrit there's no word for invention. Even God can't invent. Matter is turned to energy, energy is turned to matter. So, and that is called not invention, we call it discovery.